Greetings, my name is Dr. Candace Chambers, and I just want to pop in today to discuss for my high school parents, how do you best position your high school student, whether they're a freshman, a sophomore, or a junior, for competitive admissions at some of our largest and competitive universities and colleges across the nation? And how does writing play a part in this entire process? So just a little background, I work with high school students across the nation on navigating the college admissions and scholarship process. With that navigation comes a routine in essay writing. And one of my specialty areas is competitive admissions. And what is competitive admissions, you may ask? Basically, that means that the students are well-rounded. They have a competitive GPA, usually over a 4.0, weighted, unweighted. They have ACT or SAT scores. Sometimes they don't, because a lot of schools are still test optional. They have participated in extracurricular activities, including leadership roles. They've served in their community. So they're very well-rounded. So that way, when they do apply to colleges, it's more than just they have a good GPA. They actually have a lot of attributes across the board that will allow them to be able to compete against other very, very highly qualified students. And so if we take this a step further, thinking about in the aspect of scholarships, a lot of scholarships at some of our highest or top universities and colleges are merit-based. And what that means is students are able to apply without consideration of financial need. And so it doesn't matter what the parents' income or household income is, students are being judged or critiqued based on their academic profile. And that does include their extracurricular activities, their community service, the whole pie chart for admissions. Today I just wanted to talk through, how do these students win these scholarships and what is the role of writing? I'm a writer, I'm an editor, I help students with their writing, so we have to add in the writing piece. Number one, writing plays a role because students are able to talk about their experiences when they are applying for these scholarships. If these students are well-rounded, they've been in different activities, they've served in their community, they've held leadership roles, then they have experiences that they can actually speak to in their essays. And so that is one way that they are able to compete on that grand scale, because they have details to put in their writing because they've actually done detailed work, or they actually have detailed experiences. So the second way that writing plays a role in competitive admissions is that students are able to really give an idea of who they are through their writing. So of course they have the nice GPA, they have 50 hours of community service or whatever arbitrary number it is, but the writing piece allows them to articulate what did they learn from the experience? How did it help them grow? Why did they have a leadership role? Do they want to continue this work in college? And so those essays help them to relay that, to show that human side, to humanize them to the scholarship committee. And then lastly, writing plays a role in competitive admissions, because oftentimes students have an initial application they have to complete, then they have to usually go through an interview round, probably multiple interview rounds, actually submit other short questions, essay questions they have to submit in addition to the one that they submitted potentially initially. And so this gives committees an opportunity to learn even more about the student, to see their creative side, to see how will this student contribute to our campus. A lot of our competitive scholarships are cohort models. And so students are with other students who are in those same cohorts. And so committees want to see, how do you gel with others? Like, what is your leadership capacity? What can you add? How can you learn from other people? Those extra essay questions allow students to show their personality, show their creativity, and show how they will mesh well on campus with other scholars in their cohort or for those competitive scholarships. And so I just wanted to kind of just give a little insight into the process for competitive scholarships. Again, it usually involves an initial essay or writing sample submission, usually 1, 2, 3, it could go upwards of about 12. And then interview round, additional essay supplements that they have to submit. This is in addition to admissions. And so a lot of writing goes into it, but this is how these parents of freshmen, sophomore, or juniors can start preparing their students to get involved, get into extracurriculars, volunteer in the community, and that way when they get to 12th grade, they have these details to be able to put into their writing samples. and have a very, very competitive application. So if you have any questions, please feel free to visit my website at www.edwritingservices.org, or you can comment below. But make sure that you do like and subscribe, and also share to any parents who are considering having their students apply for these competitive scholarships. Remember that financial need is usually not a factor, and so students have upper hand on applying because the committees are just looking at their academic profile. All right, I'll see you on the next video.